Day one of the Buriram Test is in the books, and as you can see, Marc Marquez is on top by nearly half a second. That set him top of the leaderboard ahead of his brother Alex Marquez on the GP24. It's a Ducati lockout of the top three with Franco Morbidelli in there on the GP24 as well for VR46. He's in third. Marco Bezzecchi in fourth. A good lap for him. And Aprilia, Pedro Acosta in there in fifth. Luca Marini in sixth. And Johan Zarco in seventh with Pecco Bagnaia in eighth. Brad Binder in ninth. Jack Miller rounding at the top 10. We'll take a look at the rest of the leaderboard shortly, but let's look at Ducati and Marc Marquez. There's been plenty of debate about Ducati's bike for the 2025 season. What engine will they use? As we know, there's an engine freeze for the next 2 years, so it's very crucial in nailing the right engine package. And it seems that in a maybe not surprising twist, Ducati are leaning towards the 2024 engine. This was confirmed by David Tardozzi when speaking to After the Flag, MotoGP's program, that they're leaning towards that 2024 engine over the 2025. Tardozzi confirmed that the decision hasn't been taken yet, but it looks like they're leaning towards the 24, and the decision is firmly with Gigi Dall'Igna and the engineers. They will take the final decision, I believe tonight, as he said, but it is far from decided. Of course, you can look at it both ways. The GP24 is so successful, showed that last year, and the margin that it has over the other manufacturers is a key factor in this all. Is a competitor really going to step up and overtake the Ducati in terms of engine performance? I don't think so. Now, it's only the engine they're going to use. It's not the GP24 bike as Alex Marquez has. There'd be a 2025 frame, there'd be different parts that would be on there. Interestingly though, it was photographed, and great supply from our photographers Golden Goose, who do all our photos. Marc Marquez spent pretty much half of his day or more on the GP24, and we don't know the machine that he set his best lap on. I think that's something that maybe he won't really say to the media. Ducati riders haven't said what their testing program is and what laps they do on certain bikes, but from the photos it looks like he was doing most of his running on a GP24, and to put in a lap that is nearly half a second faster than the rest today. And for reference, his lap that he done today is faster than his Q2 time that he done on the GP23 last year at Thailand. So there you go. He's went faster. I think Ducati are leaning towards that 24, as David Tardozzi says. But I think seeing Marc Marquez on top, first time he's topped the test, I believe, since 2020 at Jerez. Marquez is on top with his brother behind. Again, Alex Marquez performing incredibly strongly as we come to the Buriram Test. Of course, he had a very strong Sepang test, and he's just continuing that strong form. He understands that bike really well. First day he jumped on it in Barcelona, he loved the GP24. Reminded him of the GP22 that he rode in 2023. So, Alex Marquez, can he surprise people at the start of this year? I think so. Same again for Frankie Morbidelli. I think top three for him. Solid, working on GP24 settings, getting the most that he can out of that bike as he's rode it for the past year. And then we can look at maybe the other surprises. Aprilia, good to see Marco Bezzecchi performing very strongly on that bike. Bezzecchi likes the circuit. He was quick around here on the Ducati in the past, but to get a time attack in, to be fourth overall on the combined times, very, very impressive. And he's kind of leading the way for Aprilia. So this is a good step for them. And a better start to the test than they had, obviously, than Sepang. Obviously, Jorge Martin isn't there. And the other Aprilias, well, Ayagura, rookie, he is in 15th. And Raul Fernandez, who's literally just back from surgery, he's down in 19th place. But the factory team for Aprilia, seemingly happy. They've got a good time attack pace. And it seems the race pace isn't too bad either. Pedro Acosta in 5th for KTM. He was top of their manufacturer list. Brad Binder had a crash late on. He was in 9th place. Oddly enough, KTM aren't speaking to the media today. Now, you can look at that both ways. I don't know why they aren't doing it. But Bastianini and Vinales are speaking for Tech 3. So we'll hear what they say. They were 16th and 18th. getting comfortable and more getting adapted to the RC16. Bastianini, I think, will be wanting to improve his corner entry. That's the thing he said he struggled with the most. But let's see what tomorrow brings. And you see here on the combined standings, look at 6th and 7th place. Luca Marini and Johan Zarco. Now, if you haven't listened to our previous podcast, myself and Pete McLaren discussed the private test that Honda done here last month with Elisa Spargaro and Taka Nakagami. Seemingly, the data's helped them very much so, and I think for them to be 6th and 7th in time attack, very, very good. Joan Mir, he was there in 11th, so splitting the Hondas, it's barely a 10th really when you look at all of it. The top 3 Hondas, that is. I think, yeah, promising signs for Honda. They definitely have made a step, I think, towards everyone else. And the same can be said for Yamaha. They spoke today. They don't really focus much on lap time. More race pace and understanding the bike in different fuel settings. They still seem happy though. So they do with their performance. Highest Yamaha with Jack Miller in 10th. Alex Rins was in 12th. Fabio Quartararo, who had such a strong test at Sepang, he was 13th. And Miguel Oliveira, he was 17th on the Pramac Yamaha. Just touching on Pecco Bagnaia, he was 8th place. Again, we won't really know what Bagnaia and Marquez are trying to test. Well, Tardozzi set out the 24 engine being a thing that they're both trying. Key thing from today for Ducatis, and kind of the talking point really, was the practice starts. It wasn't just the factory team that struggled. Put the photos on screen from Gareth Harford from Golden Goose. Great shots of seemingly the Ducati struggling to get off the line, getting wheel spin, having wheelies. Fermin Aldegar lost grip dramatically in the footage that you see here with his teammate Alex Marquez. He lost the rear and he caught it just in time before it spun him off. But yeah, it seems the Ducati in that 2024 and 2025 package that they're trying to run, they struggle with practice starts. If you remember last year, Jorge Martin and Pecco, they both struggled a lot during practice days. And sometimes even in the race at the start, they would have a really bad start. Something that Ducati need to work on. I don't know if it's clutch settings, if it's how much power is delivered to the rear. I'm not a technical expert, but it seems that they have struggled a lot in this area. Pecco's pace, however, seemed to be okay. Again, it's testing. We don't really know what he's trying out, but we'll see tomorrow if he can put a fast lap in. He is the lap record holder around here, so let's see what he can do. Other than that, head across to Christ.net. We have everything from the day one of the test. We have the debriefs from the riders. We have more analysis. Join us for day 2. Probably will be a day 2 recap similar to this. Maybe a podcast. Keep an eye out for the latest notification. Hit the bell to be notified for our latest videos. Subscribe if you're brand new. Comment on who impressed you from day 1. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.